guys, it's time for the question of the week, and today's question comes from YouTube. And the question is, what frame of mind is the pull twin flame in when they pull away? This is a great question, but before I get to the answer, I just want to remind you to click the link below this video for a whole catalog of everything we have to offer you to help you along your journey, no matter your situation, no matter your circumstances, no matter what's going on with you and your twin flame or not, and no matter your finances. So definitely take a look, check it out, and subscribe to this video to get notice of all of the rest of our videos that we do. We put out a lot of content. It's money, it's gold what we tell you, and it will really help you. And the reason I even know this and I'm saying this is because we are constantly lately getting influx with people and thank you to all of these people telling us and sharing it who have had such success along their journey just watching our YouTube videos or like following us on Instagram and just following our content. And it's so awesome because ultimately, obviously that is our mission, and that is my personal soul's purpose. And I'm just trying to reach as many people as possible to help. And I'm so happy so many of you are resonating with the beautiful divine truth of this journey. Okay, so having said that, what frame of mind is the pull twin flame in when they pull away? Now, I understand, of course I understand, I totally get where you're coming from with this question. I mean, we probably all asked ourselves this question at one point or other. I know I did back when I was, since I was a puddle on the floor, 8 years ago already. This question really is coming from your fear-based push energy. This is your fear-based push energy focusing on what the twin flame is thinking. And remember, what the twin flame is doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and with or without whom is irrelevant. So I just want to call your attention to the fact that questions like this, wondering stuff like this, trying to find out information like this, while I understand why, and I understand the desire to know this, it's really not conducive to your own journey, the long term, in the long term for this journey, because what it's doing is it's your fear-based push energy asking this question, because that's what focuses on what your twin flame is thinking. And at the same time, when it asks this question, to even entertain the question, let alone answer it or go looking for answers for it, is feeding the fear-based push energy, right? So I just want to put this out here. This question, this is going to feed fear-based push energy, even when I answer it, because it's where this question originates from. It's from your fear-based push energy. It's all focused on what your twin flame is thinking. So, but okay, that's fine. I will answer it because I'm sure everyone has this question at one time or other. Like I said, I did, so I get it. Here, I'm going to answer it, but then just listen to it, watch this video once and stop. Don't come back and watch again. Don't analyze what I say. Don't try to be like, You get your answer, one, done. And then fear-based energy wants to bring up any other follow-up questions, anything else, stop it. Just stop, okay? Just stop. So so first of all, the pull twin flame, what the frame of mind is, really the mind. It's not about the mind, we know, it's about the pull energy. And yes, the pull fear-based energy controls their mind, just like the push fear-based energy controls your mind. But just like when you're, on this journey with your fear-based push energy controlling your mind, what frame of mind are you in at any given moment? I mean, it can vary, right? I mean, I know I was mostly in despair and shock. But I went through brief periods of anger. And then I went through many periods of panic and anxiety. And I went through, just periods of hating myself. I was like hating on myself. I wanted to die. I just didn't want to, I couldn't even think about living or functioning, the next day or something. And so those are all different frames of mind, right? My point with that is, So your twin flame could be in any number of infinite number of state of minds, at any given time during, the time that they're pulled away or pulling away. We have, just from my own experience and from our students, we've seen it all. We've seen the gamut of frames of mind that what pulled twin flames have expressed to them or said to them or how they've acted. I can say a very common one is, and again, this is how the pull fear-based energy manifests, to them physically in any given moment, right? So it's fear for them too. So underneath it all is fear. Underneath all of my frame of minds too, I can tell you was fear. Yes, it's all fear, but it was actually a panic, anxiety, fear was underlying, even the despair, was underlying the anger, was underlying, the confusion that I had. And that's the same for them. So whether they express it to you or not, when they begin to feel like they want to pull away, when the pulling away starts, when the tipping point is call it tipping point, right? Where you're like magnets and the energy build up, and it's like you can't even pull you can never tear you apart, right? And then it reaches this tipping point, and then, it's like the push-pull goes into effect, right? And but it's not just like overnight if they just pull away. It could be, I can't say it can't, but it's more common for it to kind of build up, right? So for example, you reach your tipping point, it's the pinnacle. It's like the best time you ever had together, the best day, the best night. That's, the most words of love are professed and the best sex and all of that. And then from that point on, you can see it's like a downward trend into the whole spiral, right? And, it could happen subtly at first. It doesn't take long at all in the whole thing. Maybe a few days to a week or two. But, it starts to be, all of a sudden you feel a little bit of distance. And, in that time, it's usually when they're starting to pull away, usually how the fear-based energy impacts the pull twin flame is that they start to feel suffocated. They start to feel almost like you're trying to control them. Because that's ultimately the pull fear-based energy's ultimate fear is fear of being controlled. That is pull fear-based energy. So you and I, everyone, we have push-pull energy with everyone else, right? And so you have pull fear-based energy within you that you use you feel that takes over, that controls you when you relate with other people sometimes. Now, you could be predominantly that. I personally am. Or you could be predominantly push energy with everyone. But even though whatever you are with everyone else, it can change and switch back and forth. It's not like that with the twin flame. With the twin flame, you are always the push. They're always the pull because it's one combined energetic field. But with other people, they're separate energetic fields. So you can have your push and pull going on with them and they can have theirs going on with you and you can switch back and forth and whatever, right? So you've experienced pull fear-based energy at some point. And, obviously twin flames feel it with each other more intensely than anything else. It's totally completely off the rails. But, so it's they feel almost suffocated. And because they feel like they're deep down, that pull fear-based energy is a fear of being controlled. So, they feel that and they might not articulate it to you. They might not even realize that that's what they're feeling. It might not be as strong to them, but that's kind of how the energy works. It starts out when they start to pull away, I feel like I'm being, it's almost like they have to get away. They need air, right? They feel suffocated almost. And then, as that's happening, the push fear-based energy is picking up on that. So it's starting to get even more fearful and more wanting to cling on and grab onto the pull twin flame because it feels like it's being abandoned. And what is the number one fear of the push fear-based energy? Where the pull, the number one fear is, its main fear is it's a fear of being controlled. The push fear-based energy, main fear, is the fear of being abandoned. or ignored or alone, right? So we have those two things going on simultaneously. And obviously we can see how they are totally opposite and not conducive to each other, right? If you're being controlled, well, the last thing you want is someone going on there being fearful that you're not letting them control you, right? And grab onto you and keep you there, right? And, you know, if you have a fear of like being abandoned, the last thing you want is someone pulling away because they fear like, you know, you're suffocating them, right? It's just not conducive. That's why it can't work until we balance out those energies. So back to the topic. So when they first start to pull away, it's like this suffocating almost feeling. Now, whether that's in their mind, what the thoughts are in their mind, I can't tell you. I can't tell you what their frame of mind is because, you know, there's an infinite number of thoughts it could be. I can only speak to the energy of what they're doing because for every person, every twin flame, every situation, every moment, it's unique and individual to every person. You know, so I can't tell you what their frame of mind is exactly, but I can tell you what's going on energetically. And that is that they are feeling like they are being suffocated. And, you know, so at the beginning though, they're confused. They're like, oh, you know, and kind of like a little annoyed feeling, right? Like, oh, you know, like, why is this feeling like this? And why, you know, why is this person being like this to me? You know, why am I feeling this from them? They don't know why, obviously, just like you didn't even know you were doing it, right? You don't know, you don't realize you're pushing your energy onto them to the point of suffocation, right? Well, they don't know why they're feeling like they're being suffocated. They don't know, no one knows, you know, they're not conscious of this. So, and that's fine. So, but that's what's going on with them. They're feeling like they need to get away. They need to pull away, they're getting suffocated. They can't breathe. And, you know, at first, I'm sure it's confusing. They could have confusing thoughts. They could have, you know, just annoyed, feel like they're being annoyed, feel like they need to get away. And then the more the push twin flame tries to save it, grab on, you know, get it back to where it was on the tipping point time, you know, whatever, the more they feel it. And then the more they start to get a little resentful, then angry, and then really pissed off. And that's when the blocking happens. That's when, you know, the fuck off, don't talk to me again happens. And, you know, they get angry because they feel very threatened and scared of the being controlled by the push energy they're feeling off of you, right? Again, they don't know that that's what it is. They don't understand what's going on. So while you're confused, they're just as confused. It doesn't mean, none of this means that when you were together and it was amazing before you hit the tipping point or at the tipping point, it doesn't mean that that wasn't real for them. It doesn't mean, because it doesn't mean that they changed how, you know, they could ever feel about you, because they can't ultimately, because they are you. So the only person they can truly love in this entire world, where the level of human consciousness is right now, where you can be truly 100% fearless, because fearlessness is love, is you. Anyone else they're with is total fear-based energy. Anyone else they ever relate with, it will be with fear-based energy. You too, that goes for you as well. Twin flames right now, on the level of human consciousness, only people who can have a truly fearless, which means really true loving relationship with each other. So, you know, it's the most real thing there is. It's the only real thing there is, because it's love and it's eternal, and you are one forever, eternally together. It doesn't matter if you're married to someone else, they're married to someone else, you have, like you said, vows, you have a piece of paper. Oh, I mean, that ends. I mean, if not before, like when one of you dies, right? You're not together eternally because you're not the same soul. You're twin flame and you are one forever, for eternity. And, you know, there's nothing else can be, you know, substituted for that. No one else can substitute for that. So, you know, I digressed there again, but that's really the progression of it, right? It starts with them just feeling they need some air. They need to get away, right? Then they feel like annoyed. then they get kind of, resentful. Like, why are you annoying me like this? But you're not really even doing anything different. They're pulling away, and, so it seems to you like they're acting different. But that's just because you're feeling it, and then it seems to them that you're acting different because they're feeling you on them. But that's just because that's where the energies, the polarities finally are manifesting as the push-pull. And it's beyond either of your conscious control at that point. The only thing you do now is you can take charge of it. You can totally balance it out for both of you by just balancing out your push, fear-based energy. It's all in your hands. So I hope this answered the question. Thank you for submitting it. Thank you to everyone who's been submitting questions. Please continue to do so, please. We love your questions. We will get to them, in future videos, I promise. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an amazing week and lots of love.